question 2. You are provided with substance labeled P, Q, X, Y, and Z. P and Q are the food substances, while X is the dilute hydrochloric acid, and Y is dilute sodium hydrogen carbonate, and Z is the Benedict solution. Carry out the test to determine the food substance P and Q. Now here you should be able to know the reagents. Now, like if for example we have X, Y, and Z, that is HCl, sodium hydrogen carbonate, and the Benedict solution. You should be able to know which food substance the three tests. Now these tests for non-reducing sugar. Also, Benedict solution tests for reducing sugar. Now you have a clue that we are testing the non-reducing sugar and reducing sugar using food substance P and Q. Now here, because our space is very small, let's write here. Let's use this space. You write now the food you are testing for, the food substance. Now and then you write the test, and then the procedure to be followed. Procedure, observation, and finally the conclusion. And now here, then you rule. Then you start with your food substance. Let's start with food substance P. We test for the reducing sugars. Now here the procedure is put 2 milliliters of solution P in a test tube. Add equal amount of 2 milliliters of Benedict's solution, and then you heat to boil. Now your observation will be the color changes. To orange. Now here the reducing sugar are present. Reducing sugar are present. Then you roll. Now you are finished with the reducing sugar with food substance P. Now here you should be able to identify the marks first. And you have seen there are 12 marks, and you are testing for 2 food substance. You should test one substance to food substance. Like here we are testing now. Now here we are using now. Let's go to use Q. We test also for the reducing sugar. Then we repeat our procedure. Put 2 ml of solution Q in a clean test tube, and then you add equal amount of the Benedict solution. Equal amount of the Benedict solution. Then you heat to boil. And then here the blue color of the Benedict remains blue. The blue color of Benedict's solution retains color, remains blue. Now here in Q, the reducing sugars are absent. Sugars are absent. Now up to here we have good 6 marks. Now because we have seen we have the 8 good marks. Now we have seen we are testing. Now we test for the non-reducing sugar using food substance Q. Now we write non-reducing sugar. Then you say put 2 millimeter of substance P in a test tube. Then you add 3 drops of dilute HCl and then you boil for 3 minutes. Boil for 3 minutes. Then after you boil, remove and cool with cold water. Then after you have cooled, you add sodium hydrogen carbonate. Add sodium hydrogen carbonate dropwise or drop by drop until fizzing stops. Then you add 2 millimeter of Benedict solution. Then you heat to boil. Now you should observe the color changes from blue, green goes there, yellow, and then to orange, the last color. Then you see non-reducing sugars, they are present. Then you get your 12 good marks. Also, you can test the non-reducing sugar using P. Then you will get your good 12 marks. Now question 2. You are provided with a food sample label C. Using the reagent provided, carry out the test and identify the food substance present in the sample. Now our space is very small, but we have big space. Now you are required to test for reducing sugar. Now in the procedure will say put 2 centimeters cubed or 2 millimeter of the food substance C in a test tube and then add equal amount of Benedict solution and then heat to boil, either in a water bath. You can write in a hot water bath or heat to boil. Now the observation were the blue color of Benedict's solution remain blue. It was the observation. Now, in conclusion, there was absence of reducing sugar. Reducing sugars absent. Now we are testing for non-reducing sugar. In this, the procedure is very big. You should be very careful while writing this procedure. Now we'll start saying put 2 ml of C in a test tube, and then add few drops of dilute hydrochloric acid. Add few drops of dilute hydrochloric acid. Then you place the test tube. Place the test tube in hot water, in a hot water bath for about 3 minutes. 3 minutes, and then remove the test tube and cool with cold water. Then cool with cold water. Then add sodium hydrogen carbonate, drop wise, drop by drop, until fizzing stops. Till fizzing stops. Then add Benedict solution. Then heat to boil, or warm in a water bath. Then heat to boil. Now here the color changed to yellow, then or orange or brown. That is the color you expected. Now, conclusion: the non-reducing present, and reducing sugars present. Now for procedure 3, for test for proteins. Now you are required to put 2 ml of the food substance in a test tube. Then add sodium hydroxide, equal amount, and shake. Then you shake. Then add copper 2 sulfate, drop by drop. Then shake. Then you observe the color. Here the color changed. Color changed to purple. Therefore, proteins were present. Question number 3, our last question, is on food test. You are provided with a 250 beaker, 4 test tubes, solutions labeled D and E, iodine and Benedict solution. First of all, you should be able to know that the reagents you are provided are used to test for what. Now, iodine is used to test for starch. Benedict solution, reducing sugars. Now we read the procedure. Fill the beaker with the hot water provided to create hot water and water bath. Now 1. Label the 4 test tubes as follows. Test tube 1, D plus iodine solution, that is solution D and iodine solution. Roman 2, you test in test tube 2, D plus solution D plus solution E plus iodine solution. In Roman 3, in test tube 3, solution D plus Benedict solution. And Roman 4, test tube 4, solution D plus solution E plus Benedict solution. In 2, as saying, put 1 centimeters cubed of solution D in each of the 4 test tubes. This also means 1 milliliter. Put 1 milliliter of solution D in each of the 4 test tubes. In Roman 3, to the solution D and iodine in the test tube, add 1 drop of iodine solution. This means now that you are in test tube 1, you labeled D plus iodine. Test tube that, add 1 drop of iodine solution and shake to mix. Therefore, you should observe what goes on. In Roman 3, to the test tube that you labeled D plus E plus iodine, that is D plus E plus iodine, test tube 2 is test tube 1, test tube 2.
Don't forget to subscribe. Just a button, press the button, and that's all I need.
That you labeled test. This one is test tube 2. Add 1 centimeter of solution E that you provided and 2 drops of iodine and shake. To test tube that you labeled D plus iodine, that is test tube 3. Add 1 centimeter of Benedict solution, shake and mix. Shake to mix. Now in 4, to the D plus E plus solution test tube, that is test tube 4. Add 1 centimeter of solution E and 1 centimeter cubed of Benedict solution, shake to mix. Now after you have done that all, observe the changes in each of the 4 test tubes. After you have observed in each, put all the 4 test tubes in a hot water bath and observe carefully for about 5 minutes. In practical, even in chemistry, is only following the procedure and you will understand. Let's go to the questions. Now here we are lucky because we are not told to write the procedure. We are only told to write the observation and conclusion. Now a student is able to know what is testing because you have been given starch, iodine, and reducing sugar and Benedict. Therefore, students should be able to understand this testing for reducing sugar and starch. After in test tube 1, after you have done as he was instructed, the observation should be a black solution is observed. Now conclusion automatically is starch present. Tube 2, as we are told, you put solution D and E and iodine solution. Now your observation should be a colorless solution is observed. This simply means that the starch was absent. Now in 3, the solution D plus Benedict solution. This means that your observation will be the blue color of Benedict solution remained blue. This shows that reducing sugar was absent. That is the conclusion. In test tube 4, you have put solution D and E plus the Benedict solution, and you have observed that an orange color is observed. That is the observation observed. Now automatically reducing sugar present. In B, you are told what is the role of each of the following in the experiment. The role of solution E was to hydrolyze starch, and the role of hot water bath was to activate the enzymes. So now you need to have knowledge in nutrition and in animals. Give the identity of E in human beings. Now you should be able to know that the enzyme that breaks starch, that is the salivary amylase. Or ptyalin. Now D. Explain the observation on the reagent tested with Benedict solution. And 2, you are provided with solution M, which is the food substance. Here you are provided with reagents iodine, DCPIP, CPIP, and a filter paper, and a source of light, source of heat. You are required to test for food. Now you should be able to know the reagents is for testing or reagent provided. Let's start. In food test 1, let's test for starch because of iodine solution. Now the procedure will be to about 2 ml of food substance in a test tube, add 2 drops of iodine solution and shake. Here the observation will be a brown color, the brown color of iodine solution is retained. Now automatically starch is absent. Starch, conclusion, is absent. B, let's test for vitamin C. Vitamin C or ascorbic acid. Now here, this is the only unique procedure. You start with the reagent. You say to about 2 ml of DCPIP in a test tube. Add the food substance. Dropwise as you shake. The observation will be DCIP color is decolorized, or DCPIP is decolorized. Therefore, vitamin C present. Vitamin C present. The last one, when you see a filter paper and a source of light, you are testing for lipids. Therefore, the food substance is lipids. Now the procedure will be put a drop of the food substance. Put a drop of the food substance onto the filter paper. Allow the drop to dry in the filter paper. Then hold the filter paper against a source of light. The observation will be not translucent or not transparent. No translucent mark is left on the filter paper. Therefore, the lipids were absent. When there is a mark, the lipids are present. In B, you are asked, state the precaution one should observe while conducting the experiment in 2A. You should avoid contamination of reagents. Also, avoid burning of the filter paper. Should avoid burning of the filter paper. Also, avoid misusing the reagents. Avoid misusing the reagents, or also avoid misusing the food substance. Also, use clean apparatus. Those are the precautions you should conduct when you are provided with a visking tubing, solution labeled L, iodine solution labeled solution E, and the Benedict solution labeled as solution F, and a piece of thread. Tie one end of the visking tubing tightly using the thread provided. With the help of the syringe, put 10 milliliter of the solution labeled L into the visking tubing, and then you tie the other end of the visking tubing tightly. Then ensure that there is no leakage at the both ends of the visking tubing. And then you wash the outside of the whisking tubing with water. Place the whisking tubing upright in 100 milliliter beaker. Add distilled water in the beaker to reach the level of the liquid in the whisking tubing. Then you allow it to set up and stand for 30 minutes or more. Now here, when you see the whisking tubing, this is concept of osmosis. That's the concept that we are testing here. And then you are told in A, using 2 mm in a test tube in each, test for the food substance in liquid outside the whisking tubing. Using test 1, iodine solution E. Now here the procedure will be very easy. You will only add 3 drops of the iodine solution, and then you shake. Add 3 drops of iodine solution, and then you shake. Here the brown color of the iodine will be retained. The brown color of iodine is retained. Therefore the starch was absent outside the whisking tube. Starch was absent. And then in the Benedict F, in solution F, now you put the 2 milliliter of the Benedict solution in a test tube, and then you heat to boil. Then the color will change to orange. The color changes to orange. Here the reducing sugar are present. Then in B are told, using 2 ml, the test tube in each case, tell the food substance that was the food substance inside. Now here was the outside, now here is the inside. You are using the same test. Now here you also add the 3 drops of iodine, and then you shake. Here blue-black color is observed. Then here the starch are present. Then Roman 2, the procedure is you add 2 mm, you repeat the procedure, 2 ml of Benedict, and then you heat to boil. Then the color changes to orange. Therefore also here the reducing sugar are present. And by now a student should be able to know these all procedures to test for any food substance.